Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words to say the words to remember. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go and move to the rhythm. Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got a few more days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over your soul. We're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go and move to the rhythm.
Hello and welcome to Spa-Francorchamps, round 13 of Formula 1 2018 Championship. Welcome to all and one and everybody from around the world for this live commentary. Spa-Francorchamps' longest track record for the current calendar, 7.004 km. Original layout was 14.9 km. Verstappen has never completed a lap in the top 4 positions here. This weekend will be Hamilton's 111th start for Mercedes, surpassing his career total at McLaren 110. And he is the only man to make 100 Grand Prix starts for 2 different teams. Welcome to Spa-Francorchamps. Circuit 7.004 kilometers, 2 DRS zones, 246 average kilometer per hour speed, 19 turns. Race lap record sits with Sebastian Vettel set by last year. La Source 1998, the Mayhem, who will forget that at the race start. Also, Eau Rouge and Red 2011, Webber and Alonso battle. A great battle which was there all over. 2000 Häkkinen and Schumacher. Also a great battle on Camel Straight. Tire choices: medium soft, super soft, tire stress 5 of 5, lateral G-force 5 of 5. Yesterday we had the mixed qualifying session where Lewis Hamilton came on top, and which results in the starting grid. Hamilton starts on the pole, alongside with him Ferrari Sebastian Vettel. 3 and 4 position locked on surprises by Formula 1 Force India's teams. 5th and 6th Roman Grosjean alongside Kimi Raikkonen in 6th position. 7 and 8 locked by teammates Max Verstappen and Daniel Ricciardo for Red Bull. 9th Kevin Magnussen Haas, followed by Pierre Gasly alongside him. 11th Brendan Hartley Toro Rosso alongside him Charles Leclerc in 12th position. 7th row Marcus Ericsson Sauber alongside him Fernando Alonso McLaren. 15th Sergei Sirotkin and Lance Stroll teammates starting. 7th Valtteri Bottas and Nico Hülkenberg, courtesy their engine penalties, will be starting in this position. And 19th Carlos Sainz and also Stoffel Van Dorn with penalty starts last on the grid. Sergio Perez and Lance Stroll. We do not know how the team going to be built up for Force India. However, at this point of time, all sorts of hype for Force India team, who has been dissolved in last few days, went into administration and bought by Lawrence Stroll, dad of Lance Stroll. So here Force India is starting with 0 points and they look to be doing really good as they are starting in the second row here. As the tire blanket starts coming out of the cars, all drivers are strapped in tight in their cars, getting ready for the formation lap. This is round 13 of Formula 1 2018 Championship and formation lap starts off. Drivers getting off from their grid. All the drivers are safely off the grid. Formation lap starts, trying to get as much of heat possible to get in their tires. As the drivers are completing their formation lap, we are just about to getting ready for this Belgian Grand Prix at Spa. This is 4.3 miles distance, as all the drivers are just about completing their formation lap and getting their car stationary on the grid. The first one to come will be Lewis Hamilton. As these cars are truly fast, no doubt about it, and all the excitement is getting into the pockets of all the drivers here as they are sitting tight in their cars, and bit of mix-up in top 10 after yesterday pole qualifying session for Lewis Hamilton, which went all the way, and Force India, they came out in row 2 starter. As the cars come stationary, and we are waiting for all the cars to be coming in their boxes. We are all set for this round of Grand Prix after the summer break here. As Stoffel Van Dorp, last car on the grid, comes around and takes his position on the grid. We are all set. And here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 red lights go, and we have Belgian Grand Prix going. Good start for Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton tries to cut him off, tries to squeeze him as much as possible and have a clean start, and a big accident over there for McLaren. Looks to be Fernando Alonso there. He was airborne, definitely. There's a big shunt over there, and I'm sure we are going to get the safety car over there. One of the McLarens has a problem there. It was airborne and ripped off from the side, and already if you see Sebastian Vettel is ahead of Lewis Hamilton. What is going on? And Vettel in front. Both the Force Indias are fighting with Red Bull. What a start from Sebastian Vettel. He's just pulling away. It's a great start for Ferrari. As it was expected, Red Bull has already picked up a position and it's in 4th position. Fernando Alonso looks to be safe. He's coming out of the car, and one of the Renault is also out on the track. Remember, this is the same position where in past Fernando Alonso in Ferrari had an accident with Roman Grosjean when he was airborne. No overtaking required. However, car number 7, Kimi Räikkönen, also in the trouble. He was also in the mix-up. He has a tire puncture of one of the tires rear right. Let's see what happened at the start of this Grand Prix here. Clean start whatsoever. Lewis Hamilton. Fernando Alonso was on the left side of that. Somebody pushed him from behind. Who was that car? Probably the Valtteri Bottas, as it looks to be as of now. No, it was definitely Sergei Sirotkin or one of the Renaults. What accident, what? If you see the car, it's all been ripped open from the left side. Great big accident from Nico Hülkenberg. He could not stop the car at all. This is just like you go in, oh my god, this is something like you do Xbox Formula 1 gaming and you hit the car from behind. Such a terrible accident for Fernando Alonso. Lucky he's safe, he's out of the car. I'm sure this is going to get some big penalties for Nico Hülkenberg there. Charles Leclerc also was the victim of this, as he also could not stop the car, and all over for these 3 drivers there. Renault did not slow at all. And Kimi Räikkönen, there was a contact from one of the Haas cars. It just cut his tire. And now Red Bull finds himself in the pit for changing of rear wing. Daniel Ricciardo also has he had a shunt from his backside. His whole rear of the car has been damaged. What a first lap we have seen in Belgium Grand Prix, which is always under scrutiny. First corner incident under investigation, and I'm sure stewards are going to take some time till they find out what's wrong, what happened exactly, as the mechanics for Red Bull, Daniel Ricciardo, trying to find out, as both the drivers Fernando Alonso and Nico Hülkenberg trying to way past to go to the pits. Not great at all. Kimi Räikkönen also reaches the pit, has a change of tires, and he's going to go back and join back of the field. Bottas has already gained 4 places, is on 14th place. Leclerc, Alonso, Hülkenberg out of the race. Right at the lap 1. What a start. Vettel, great going. Overtook Lewis Hamilton right in the first lap, as that was the only chance for Sebastian Vettel. What a speed he picked up. He was not bothered what is happening in the field behind him. Great move by Sebastian Vettel. This could be the game changer. And both the Force Indias also tried to come side by side, 4 cars on the track. What a move it was. It was some great speed from Esteban Ocon. It was almost side by side of Ferrari. Lucky, no accident there. As remains of the cars are being removed from the track on the first lap, drivers are eagerly waiting as Red Bull car, Daniel Ricciardo, is inside the pit. They are trying to repair, as the safety car is still there, so he will not be feeling a pinch if they can get his car repaired and come back. As cars are getting prepared for the starts, Vettel leading, Hamilton second, both the Force India Perez and Ocon in third and fourth position, Verstappen fifth, Grosjean 7th, 6th, Magnussen 7th, Gasly 8th, 9th Ericsson, Sergei Sirotkin in surprisingly 10th position. Great positions for Sergei Sirotkin here. Raikkonen is last on the start. Once again, if we see the replay of the start, good move by Sergio Perez, and he finds a way past. Big shunt, whatsoever you call it. Oh my God. Can't believe it. Charles Leclerc is safe after having such a big accident over there. And looks like there was a same thing happened in 2010. Well, I was telling exactly the same thing with Fernando Alonso when he was airborne by Roman Grosjean. We cannot forget that scene, and this has happened once again with Fernando Alonso. What an unlucky chap he is. As Daniel Ricciardo car looks they are still trying to fix up Daniel Ricciardo car. Let us see whether they can do it. Just if we see the damage, extent of damage which is there on Fernando Alonso car, it's huge. It's huge. Very, very unlucky Fernando Alonso. Nico Hülkenberg, not a good move at all. This is lap number 4 and cars are trying to get up their temperatures behind the safety car. Sebastian Vettel has already overtaken Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton in second position, and safety car will be in this lap. Lap number 4 of 44 is on. Once again, when we see the replay of the car, interesting to see what happened to Kimi Räikkönen there. Interesting to see from Valtteri Bottas' car what happened over there, as he also could not stop it. Bottas just pumped in one of the Williams car there. That was the flying Fernando Alonso. As Kimi Räikkönen is also on the track, and he'll be joining back of the grid, and if Daniel Ricciardo is lucky enough, he can find also his car behind the grid. Kimi Räikkönen is back on track, and good news, Daniel Ricciardo is also back on the track, which is good news despite of the incident. So I'm sure he's going to climb up places once the safety car is in, and safety car will be coming in this lap. Good news, we have Daniel Ricciardo and Kimi Räikkönen able to bring their cars in time, especially Daniel Ricciardo. He got some time, 4 laps time, and he's able to get his car repaired also from the rear. As Sebastian Vettel now trying to slow down the field, and he wants to have a clean start once the safety car is in, and he's trying his best, getting as much as temperature possible in the tires as possible. Lewis Hamilton looking for an opportunity at the start as Sebastian Vettel punching up the cars behind him, waiting for the right moment to accelerate there. And we go, racing once again. Sebastian Vettel has a clean start. Lewis Hamilton charging way back on Sebastian Vettel, and he has overtaken. No, Sebastian Vettel came back once again. He had a late braking, and there was a lockup from Lewis Hamilton. That was the chance he was looking for, and he's not able to overtake. And that's it. Game job well done by Sebastian Vettel. Remember, this was a crucial point. If Sebastian Vettel would have given this position, it could have been disaster for him. But anyway, he has a clean start. There is some debris flying on the start-finish straight here. Vettel has managed to keep up the lead after the start in the safety car. Good move. Lap number 5 of 44 is on. And just imagine, first time in 2018, Sirotkin is running into the points. And he's already overtaken Marcus Ericsson. Can you believe it? He's on 9th position now. Ocon is still chasing Perez. So Leclerc out, Alonso out, Hülkenberg out, courtesy first lap accident which happened. So Ricciardo and Räikkönen have to build up once again, and remember, Ricciardo is 1 lap down as he was not able to join back in time. So we do not know how much Ricciardo would like to run this race as he's lap down. Perez and Ocon. Perez was able to overtake Esteban Ocon at the start. Sebastian Vettel is almost a second a lap faster than Lewis Hamilton and sets up the fastest lap of the race. Sector 1 is definitely quicker for Sebastian Vettel. However, 2 and 3 is doing good for Lewis Hamilton. Or rather, it's other way. He's about a second down. Charles Leclerc, 2 DNFs in a row. Bad luck starts for him. We are in lap 6 of 44 of this Belgian Grand Prix, and Vettel is leading comfortably. Gap is 2.2 seconds between him and Lewis Hamilton. Sergio Perez and Ocon comfortably in 3rd and 4th position as Max Verstappen is chasing them. He's in 5th position. Roman Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen 6 and 7. Pere Gasly in 8th position for Toro Rosso, 9 Sergei Sirotkin and 10 Marcus Ericsson in Sauber. As Max Verstappen piling pressure on Esteban Ocon, the Frenchman. And this time around, Verstappen makes a move and makes it stick and gets a 4th position. As we see, Max Verstappen comes alongside and he goes past in a flash. Esteban Ocon was not even able to react on this. Oh, he changed the position 2 times. That could be getting a penalty also for Esteban Ocon to defend his position. Perez for Force India is in 3rd position. And behind him is Max Verstappen, who is charging down, is 1.7 seconds down on this timing. Remember, Force India has zero points here, as they have to start their campaign once again after the new team has been formed. Valtteri Bottas on the start-finish straight, and no problems whatsoever, flat out for him. Also charging back, lapping himself out will be Daniel Ricciardo. And here we see Raikkonen, he is in the pits once again. For what? We have to see. And he's stationary, Kimi Raikkonen, and he moves there. Looks like there is some issue with Kimi Raikkonen car, as he was stationary in the pits. Probably there was an issue with Kimi Raikkonen, as there was no penalty for him whatsoever from the stewards there. Verstappen is now within 1 second from Sergio Perez, Force India, and he's ready to make the pass. As we see Valtteri Bottas, he's also in charge. He's in presently 13th position. Remember, he has started from the back of the grid after his power unit was changed. In the meantime, fastest lap once again set by Sebastian Vettel, whereas Raikkonen is definitely having some problems. He just pitted and he was stopped in the pits for some strange reasons we don't know. Also, Bottas is now just about half a second behind Carlos Sainz in Renault. In the meantime, Bottas has finally got past Lance Stroll and he's in 11th position, whereas Max Verstappen has overtaken Sergio Perez. Lap 11 is on of 44 here. 4 cars are out of this race. Raikkonen finally retired. Leclerc, Alonso, Hülkenberg are also out. Lewis Hamilton with a gap of 3.5 seconds behind Sebastian Vettel. Bottas is climbing up positions quite nicely. In the meantime, fastest lap of the race, another one for Sebastian Vettel, 1 minute 48.495 seconds. Ricciardo, who is a lap down, will be still running, and he is running and hoping there is another safety car period and then he can unlap himself. As the lap 13 is unfolding, Lewis Hamilton is behind Sebastian Vettel with 3.8 second gaps between both of them. Sebastian Vettel is nicely controlling the pace of this race. Ricciardo, one lap down, is behind, and he will keep looking to unlap himself and move for the safety car to come at some point in the race. Remember, Lewis Hamilton is a championship leader here, and if things stays like this, lead is going to be getting tapering off a bit. However, no problems whatsoever as we see. In the meantime, Verstappen is 11.3 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. As Max Verstappen has completely clean air in front of him, and he should be able to accelerate as much as possible. Lap 14 of 44, Sebastian Vettel leads comfortably Belgian Grand Prix. Hamilton 3.9 seconds behind, Max Verstappen in third position, Sergio Perez fourth, Esteban Ocon fifth, Grosjean and Magnussen in their Haas cars are in 6th and 7th position. Gasly 8th, Ericsson 9th, and Bottas has climbed up to 10th position here. Sirotkin and Stroll are 11th and 12th position, with Sainz in 13th position. It was so dangerous to see that accident which happened on the first lap of the race, with Fernando Alonso flying across Charles Leclerc after being hit by Nico Hülkenberg, and it was very, very scary. And it reminds 2012 when Fernando Alonso at Spa, at very venue, he had the same accident, and that time the courtesy was Roman Grosjean, who was just flying on top of him. It was very, very dangerous accident. However, good news, Fernando Alonso came out unhurt from this accident. Lap number 15 of 44 is on and Sebastian Vettel is leading Belgian Grand Prix. We should be seeing the pit stops anytime soon, as the drivers on super soft tires, mostly top 10 drivers are on super soft tires, except the exception of Marcus Ericsson, who is on soft tires. The race looks to be straightforward, one stopper, and in the meantime Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the race now. Interesting to see. In the meantime, another fastest lap by Lewis Hamilton. He's picking up the pace on his car now. Mercedes tires are coming alive now. But looks Vettel is more or less managing this race from here onwards. So this time around, Valtteri Bottas is in 10th position and he's chasing Marcus Ericsson in Sauber. It should be an easy move for him. And he does it. Very, very straightforward pass for him and goes to 9th position. Remember, Valtteri Bottas started 17th and he is presently in 9th position. As Bottas went past Marcus Ericsson is told by his team to look for DRS from Bottas and try to pass Gasly, who's in 8th position. It's probably time to listen some team radios. Let's hear what happened in lap 1. Sebastian Vettel.
And onto the grid. And cool the car. Copy to the grid.
Fernando Alonso.
And we do the starts on the place we did on the free practice, so it's on the left side of the pit exit. It's on the left side of the pit exit.
Kimi Räikkönen. This was during the formation lap. Lewis Hamilton.
So it's now got 29 degrees on track temp, 2.9, so that's pretty much the same as Friday FP2. We expect it to cool another couple of degrees over the course of the race.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Just remember which direction that wind is. So as I said, it's going to be head into 12 and tail out 15. So think about how that's going to affect early corners.
Kimi Räikkönen.
So this is the situation, Kimi. Where you have the damage is not structural. The structural part looks okay. What we see that we are losing downforce. We are losing downforce.
That was when.
But we are not concerned about the structural situation of the wing.
Okay, how much we're losing? Just to get some idea.
What he had to say on team radio.
Okay, let's be clever there. Let's use Bottas to try to pass Gasly.
As they are pushing Marcus Ericsson to pass Gasly. Stoffel Vandoorne.
Okay, stop. You're driving well. Sirotkin is 10 seconds up the road in P11. His pace is very similar to yours. Both him and all the cars in between you will have to pit again. If you can find a couple of tenths and keep them in the pit window, then this can look interesting.
Valtteri Bottas.
Left rear's got a single blister line, it looks like, but grip still seems good.
Let's go back to the race once again. We are on lap 20 of 44 and Bottas has got his way past Pierre Gasly and he's in 8th position. Next target will be both the Haas cars. Ferrari powered Haas cars, definitely faster car, and he'll have some challenge to pass on these cars. see this lap around. Also, Lewis Hamilton is faster than Sebastian Vettel, but it's definitely the rear left tire is giving away Lewis Hamilton, but he feels comfortable in his car. Mercedes may like to have an undercut on Ferrari, and they're just waiting for Sebastian Vettel to pit, and they can put that faster lap. Hamilton is in for the pit stop. Very good pit stop. Lewis Hamilton decides enough is enough. He comes on softer tires now and comes back on track behind Max Verstappen. He's in third position. Let's see whether they try that undercut for Ferrari. Ferrari should be waiting for only one lap to see if Sebastian Vettel can still put up that fastest lap and stays ahead after the pit stop. This will be very, very critical pit stop for Spa-Francorchamps. It'll be very, very interesting. Can Team Ferrari get Vettel come out in front, and Vettel heads to the pits? He is 3 seconds clear. Let's see what happens as they need to have a clean pit stop for Sebastian Vettel here. Comes in the pit, stationary, soft tires goes on, no problems whatsoever. Sebastian Vettel comes out. We don't see anybody in the background on the start finisher. Yes, the Lewis Hamilton is coming now. These are one of the lapped cars actually. Bottas crosses and he is in front actually. So Sebastian Vettel comfortably in front, and Max Verstappen is still ahead of Lewis Hamilton, which is an advantage for Sebastian Vettel. So good pit stop for Ferrari. As Lewis Hamilton comes side by side and makes the move stick on Max Verstappen. Goes to second position once again. It will be interesting to see how the tires behave for Lewis Hamilton car. Traditionally, medium tires have always been good for Mercedes cars. In the meantime, Valtteri Bottas, he has overtaken Haas Kevin Magnussen, and he is in 7th position now. In the meantime, Roman Grosjean comes in the pits and Bottas goes P6 now. Soft tires goes on Roman Grosjean car and he's out of the pits safely. Lap number 24 of 44 on, 44 on. Gap between Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton is 2 seconds. Definitely Lewis Hamilton is turning to be a faster car here and slowly eating up the gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. In the meantime, Force India is getting ready for their pit stops. Let's see who will be coming first. It's Sergio Perez. Instead, it is Esteban Ocon first. Soft tire goes on and Esteban Ocon is out. Let's see where he can join back. He goes down to 8th position. Force India, he has Gasly in front. He may be able to catch up with Gasly very soon. In the meantime, Sergio Perez is heading to the pits now for his pit stop. Courtesy which Valtteri Bottas is in 5th position now. And he overtakes Sergio Perez, so he goes to P4. As Sergio Perez, he had a clean pit stop and Valtteri Bottas has gone to 4th position as one of the Toro Rossos. Probably Gasly is also coming in the pits for his regular pit stop. Sergio Perez has joined in 5th position after pit stop. Pierre Gasly comes to the pits. Crucial stop for Pierre Gasly. Toro Rosso does it cleanly, well executed. Pierre Gasly stationary 2.4 seconds, total time 22.95 seconds, and comes out in behind his teammate Brendan Hartley. In the meantime, pit stops are getting ready for Max Verstappen, the Dutchman. He comes to the pit, stationary, soft tires goes on, clean pit stop, no problems whatsoever, and safely out of the pit box. And actually a very quick pit stop for Max Verstappen, 2.5 seconds stationary, and he comes out in third position itself. So clean air for Max Verstappen. He can push the car as hard as possible now. As Pierre Gasly goes past Toro Rosso of Sauber's, Brendan Hartley gets the 10th position from Marcus Ericsson. Let's see, Marcus Ericsson, he is behind Brendan Hartley. Will he go for overtaking Brendan Hartley? Let's see, as he comes around start-finish straight. This is the best chance, as the DRS will be open for him, Marcus Ericsson, and he goes side by side, makes the move stick. Sauber looking good. And he overtakes Brendan Hartley for 10th position. Brendan Hartley is coming back to Marcus Ericsson once again. Straight line speed looks good and he has overtaken. What a move from Brendan Hartley. As he gets the next DRS zone and gets his position back. Brendan Hartley. So Marcus Ericsson has to do all the work once again. While Bottas, as of now, 4th position, he made a pit stop very early in the race, so he might not be able to go to the end on these tires, as there are still 14 to 15 laps are remaining. Marcus Ericsson tries to put the pressure once again on Brendan Hartley. As he gets the slipstream, Marcus Ericsson goes side by side of Brendan Hartley, and this time around he overtakes him. He decides this time he is not going to do on the third sector, in fact rather than first sector, and makes it straight. As Daniel Ricciardo and team decides finally to retire the car, as only 13 laps to go in this race and there is no point running this car and wasting the mileage on this engine. So they decide to retire the car. As Valtteri Bottas now very close to Esteban Ocon, just about 7/10 of a second, and he would like to overtake them as soon as possible. But remember, his tires are very old, so it will be interesting to see whether he's still able to get his car till the end on these set of tires. He's already got his tires changed. Valtteri Bottas, 6th position, and he has an uphill task to overtake Ocon and Sergio Perez there. But he's very close to Esteban Ocon as of now. Should be making it easy for him. Lap number 34 of 44 is on, and if all the drivers finish in this position, so lead will be tapering off from Lewis Hamilton to Sebastian Vettel. Presently Vettel is managing this race very well. He is 5.6 seconds clear of Lewis Hamilton. Verstappen in distant third, and then Sergio Perez another 3 seconds down. Bottas, however, is 5 seconds down on Perez. So there may be a chase by end of the race for Valtteri Bottas on Max Verstappen, which is still a possibility. It's very interesting to see how Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel has fared in this race. Looks to be good for Sebastian Vettel, where he is good in managing the tires, much better than Lewis Hamilton. Both of them have made 2 pit stops and doing good in terms of a gap which is 5 seconds now from Lewis Hamilton and Sebastian Vettel. Remember, this is lap number 35 and we have 9 more laps to go, and one more race will get over after the summer break, and this will be a refreshing one for Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel is looking all set to get another Grand Prix win after he had the last win some time back in British Grand Prix, and after that Lewis Hamilton had 2 back-to-back wins. So this will be great for Sebastian Vettel to win this Belgian Grand Prix and go with heads high to Monza next week. In the meantime, Sergio Perez, comfortable 4th position. As of now, Bottas is chasing him with 3.6 second gap. This World Championship is inching towards an exciting World Championship, as if Sebastian Vettel wins here, both will have 5 race wins each, and 3 have gone to Red Bull drivers, 2 to Ricciardo and 1 to Max Verstappen this year. Very, very absorbing Formula 1 season this 2018. Bottas may be running out of the laps if he has to chase down Max Verstappen, so his target should be clear to overtake Sergio Perez for 3rd position, for 4th position. Very encouraging words for Sergio Perez, as his teams tell him last lap Bottas was at the same speed as Sergio Perez, which would be definitely encouraging. However, it will be tough to hold back Valtteri Bottas behind him, Sergio Perez. Let's see, only 6 laps to go. This time around, Bottas is coming very, very close to Sergio Perez, and it doesn't seem to be that Force India will be able to hold back Valtteri Bottas behind him. Let's see how Sergio Perez tries to fight on Valtteri Bottas. And definitely Bottas has a very, very quick car under his belt. Vettel is comfortably managing this race with 6.8 second gap between him and Lewis Hamilton. Bottas is just trying to close in the gap. 5 laps to go. It will be a great position if Sergio Perez is able to hold on to this position from Valtteri Bottas, which doesn't seem to be as of now, considering the power of Mercedes what they have. And this will be surely the second best result for Sergio Perez this season. He has already been on podium in Baku. Bit of block up from Valtteri Bottas. And he should be getting Valtteri Bottas DRS in the start-finish straight. Got the DRS, Valtteri Bottas. Will he be able to do on this straight? No. Bit of a distance, but he's definitely closer and he should be able to make the move next time around. Perez is not going to make it easy. He's going to keep fighting. Sergio Perez. Lap number 40 is on out of 44 laps. 4 laps to go. Vettel comfortably leading. Hamilton second, Verstappen third. Perez fourth. Under the threat from Valtteri Bottas just behind him. 6th Ocon, 7th Grosjean, Magnussen 8th, 9th Gasly, Marcus Ericsson in 10th position. This time, Valtteri Bottas just behind the tail of Sergio Perez, Force India. Bottas take very tight racing line to come closer to Sergio Perez. Looks good, he is defending as of now, but not really defending, I would say. This time around, let's see, he comes very close. Bottas goes on the left side, decide and make the move stay comfortably. No fight given, and he goes to the 4th position, Valtteri Bottas. From back of the grid to 4th position should be a good one for Valtteri Bottas. So it looks straightforward. 3 laps to go. Vettel leading, Hamilton second, Verstappen in third position. Bottas should be settling down in fourth position. Both the Force Indias 5th and 6th, Perez and Ocon. Grosjean and Magnussen will be finishing 7th and 8th. 9th for Pierre Gasly and Marcus Ericsson picking up points once again in the 10th position. So with just 2 laps to go for this Belgian Grand Prix, first race after the summer break, Vettel looks good to open the account after summer break with a win and equals 5 wins alongside Lewis Hamilton. As we drive with Sebastian Vettel, one more lap to go to win another Grand Prix here for Sebastian Vettel, and it should be a very resounding win for Sebastian Vettel after the summer break. 5 retirements: Daniel Ricciardo Red Bull, Kimi Raikkonen Ferrari, Charles Leclerc Sauber, Alonso McLaren and Nico Hülkenberg Renault. 10-second gap between Vettel and Hamilton. Nicely managed race by Sebastian Vettel here in Spa. We had a great race today. What a first lap accident we had where Nico Hülkenberg and his Renault bumped into Fernando Alonso at the turn 1. He was not able to brake in timely, and Fernando Alonso car flung in the air on top of Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc very lucky. The first instance where Hello did really work and saved the life of Charles Leclerc. And thereafter, car of Kimi Raikkonen and Daniel Ricciardo also had incident between both of them. However, later on both the cars were retired. So we are on the final lap with Sebastian Vettel. He will reach to 214 points and his lead to the World Championship leader Lewis Hamilton will be reducing now with this win by Sebastian Vettel. This is the maximum he can pick up, and he was supposed to pick up, and he has done so. So Sebastian Vettel, who started on the front row, and he overtook Lewis Hamilton right in the first lap after all the mayhem which happened in the background of his car. And Ferrari, definitely competitive car in this race, and he is all set to win his 5th Grand Prix of this season and equaling with Lewis Hamilton, who also has 5 wins. Comes around start-finish race and takes the checkered flag. Sebastian Vettel has won the Belgian Grand Prix. Lewis Hamilton comes home 2nd. Verstappen 3rd. Bottas 4th. Perez and Ocon 5th and 6th. Grosjean and Magnussen 7th and 8th. 9th Gasly. Marcus Ericsson brings the last point for this race. What a race this has been right from the word go, and such a great race. A big accident which happened in the lap 1 which nearly saved the life of Charles Leclerc, courtesy the halos which has been put in this year around. Fernando Alonso, Charles Leclerc were rightly out at the point when Nico Hülkenberg hit Fernando Alonso from behind. So a great win for Sebastian Vettel. Congratulations to him, and we'll be seeing you in another week's time at Monza for Italian Grand Prix. With this, we look forward and say goodbye, drive safely, bye-bye.